Vicky, or
Yeah.
is that Vicky or Vilda? It's a girl, I know that.
Is it?
Can you see her over there where she's standing on like the 40?
Hold on. On you, Joe. Good morning and welcome to George Daniel Field for JV football action. Jay Ferguson, Tom Bauer, Joe Bach, Terry Trout, Club TV 20 here to bring you this morning's action between the Garfield Heights Tigers in blue and the homestanding Lorain Titans in white. Tom, there's no kickoffs at the JV level, just like the freshmen, so we will start at the 35. Garfield Heights will have the ball. These two teams met Thursday at the freshman level and Friday evening on the varsity level, so Saturday morning JV game rounds it out as is tradition.
You know, you mentioned the ninth grade game started with Lorain in the lead.
Right.
The varsity game started with Lorain in the lead. If this same thing happens here, now they have to learn how to hold a lead. You got to learn how to win the game late in the game.
Exactly. And last night I was on the sidelines for part of the varsity game, and the team went up in the third quarter, and there was so much excitement. And when Garfield Heights took the lead back, you could see the deflation. Here we go. First play of the game. Pass, swing pass. Nice tackle there by 21, Dwayne Mosley, a sophomore. Quarterback is Willie Saunders for Garfield Heights, a junior. And what you saw right there, Tom, is what their game plan turned into Thursday and last night was to try to get the ball outside the tackles as quick as possible. Spread you out and then get the ball wide. And inside running play goes nowhere.
Again.
That was Romero Lowe, 45, a sophomore running back. Nice play by one of the Titans.
Even for a yard loss. So
I think that was Julius Manning, 64.
Now you got to hope that Garfield doesn't try to pick up all of it in one place. So, you know, you got to cover deep.
Yep.
But you still got to watch that little swing pass. You got trips on this side, so you got to cover those slots.
Got to get your safety over here, or it's 3-on-2. Receiver fell down. QB in trouble. Now he's going to run. Knocked out of bounds just across the 40. Coming up from his secondary spot, number 12, Noah Buchanan, to make that play. It's going to be 4th and 5. They were looking for the inside receiver, Tom, and he went down about 5 yards and tripped over the 40-yard line.
I've seen that, yes. Yeah, when you're playing soft in that little slot area, you got to watch for that little short pass and let them break it for the next 10.
Well, the way the Titans line up over that is the safety has the third man in, and he's just too far in the middle to cover that quick out. So they're going to go on 4th and 5. So let's see what Saunders has here in store. He's going to hand it off. Oh, big hole on the near side, closed quickly. Nice job of contain there by the defensive end, 45, Jamarcus Harris. He got off a block, and after a 1-yard gain, it'll go over to the Titans on downs. 1st and 10, and they're going to spot it right at the 40-yard line. And the football rule of rounding off, Tom.
Well, I understand where you can't handle fractions.
We laugh because at a lot of the contests we see, the ball is placed at the
closest
yard, full yard. Titans out for their first offensive possession. Chase Davis, the quarterback, number 28, freshman, left hands it out. He's got a man in the slot, short gain. He got rodeoed to the turf. That's Hyro Williams, another freshman, number 41. He's quick as a bug.
Was that Trevon? Is that someone did a nice push block to get rid of whoever was rodeoing him?
Yeah. Hyro Williams in preseason, and he reminded me of a young Tyshawn Lighty with his size and speed and quickness. Now, Tyshawn Lighty turned into a pretty good football player. Batted up in the air that time. Davis's pass. Number 38, Avante Battle, knocked it up in the air. and falls harmlessly to the ground. Chase Davis is listed at 5'8". The defender 6 foot, so he's got a big thing to throw. A big.
Well, you know, that's the advantage of having an end who's much taller than your quarterback.
It looks like they're lined up off sides. That end we were just talking about looked like he was almost helmet to helmet with the tackle.
They're going to mark it off.
Yeah, he definitely was offside. His helmet was almost to the 40-yard line.
I assume now they'll bring a back into the backfield so they can run a play action or a running play.
Yep.
And they did.
In the backfield, Armando Rivera, number 14. Now he's going to move up to a wing, and they put 2 guys out wide on each side along with the wing. Davis waits for the snap.
Well, this slot over here is wide open. They got to get him a little quickie. I think he can make 5 yards. Yes. They're trying to cover him with a safety also.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
now they're going to walk away a linebacker.
They heard me.
They're listening. Jet sweep.
You got to break a tackle. Got to break a tackle here. Yeah.
Just got back to the line. That was Samir Crawford, 27. He bobbled the handoff a little bit. The penetration was good enough to break the play down. Samir's down on the track. I think he rolled an ankle there. He's trying to hobble away from the coaches. And we're going to get a whistle here. Okay, Titans are going to go for it on 4th and 4. This whole quarter has been played, the first 6 minutes has been played between the 30 and the 40 because Garfield started with the ball right at the 35. Titans held on downs at the 40, and now they have moved 6 yards in 3 plays, and they have a 4th down at the 34. Timeout on the field.
I understand the spread. You spread them out. But the old concept of the spread was spread them out so you could run the ball.
Right.
So now you need a back in there where you got to do something off that jet sweep. You just can't always hand a jet sweep off. You got to make your quarterback the counter runner.
And Lorain did that very well last evening in the varsity game. Joseph Wyatt had some good
nice
keepers.
Reads.
Yes.
Nice reads, okay.
And ran the second score in. Offensively, we had some moments last evening. I want to make a special mention this morning. I get here. Now, the varsity played last night. The game ended well after 9:30. Kids got home. By the time they got home, I'm sure it was 11 o'clock. When I got here this morning a little after 9, Jacob Addis, the varsity center, was out working with these young guys on the field.
He's a special kid, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Oh, geez.
Uh-oh.
That's going to cost us 5, but he got off quick. Jermaine Childs just what was the movie in the movie MASH when the guy got he was in the track start and somebody shot the gun for the end of the quarter and he sprinted out. That's what that reminded me of. He was the only one that moved. So now it's 4th and 9. Davis is alone in the backfield. Throws over the middle. He had a man, but again, underthrown and intercepted, fumbled then.
I think that's going to be Lorain's ball again.
If it's Lorain's ball, it's a first down, too.
Yes. Because he didn't make a football play. He took 4 or 5 steps after the interception.
So the Titans they end up losing 4 yards and getting a first down on the double change of possession. It went over to Garfield on the interception, and then it was pulled away and recovered by Lorain. I mean, one of the more famous plays in Ohio State football history happened in the 2002 Fiesta Bowl when Maurice Clarett did that against Miami.
Yeah.
Now there's a flag.
Somebody jumped, and I assume it was a Lorain.
It was one of the guys out wide on the top.
I think he barked out that signal, rather than the clap. I think they go on the clap, don't they?
Yes. Well, once he once he claps, the ball can be snapped at any time. There's no audible signal to snap the ball. They all check their wristbands. Snap back, Davis hands off. Breaking one tackle, breaking another, out into the open. This is Mosley down to about the 30. It's going to have the initial first down for anyone other than the...
No, he was touched first in the backfield,
yes,
and he did a lot of that on his own.
Everything was after contact. 5:50 to go, first quarter, as they wind the clock after the first down. 1st and 10 at the 31 for the Titans. Mosley switches, and they run the same kind of look. He takes it inside this time. Gets maybe a yard and no more. Stood up right there on a solid defensive play by 59, who's not on the roster. Saturdays and Thursdays, Tom, we just have to kind of make up names.
Every now and then, you don't get a kid.
30 years ago, I'd have said that was Jim Ayton on the tackle. He was my assistant principal at Lorain High. For those of you who are in the know.
Yeah.
Mosley to the left. Now Davis wants to throw, has a man. Nice completion there. That's Noah Buchanan down inside the 25.
See, now that running back there allowed him to fake the handoff, get a little bit of a play action, and he was wide open in that little slot area.
Well, the running back and the success of the running play for the first down as well. Mondo Rivera is the wing back. Plays on the wristband. Davis has him set. Give running left again to Mosley. He's caught in the backfield. He's not going to get away this time. He's going to lose a couple. Back to about the 25.
Hey, gentlemen, down here on the sidelines.
Oh, Gary.
I am here.
I'm sorry. Gary Pelter joining us.
I'm down here, and I did want to give you an update on a number. Number 27, Samir Crawford.
Yes.
He was dinged up a little bit earlier, came off to the sidelines, but he's back on the sidelines and up next to the coach, so hopefully we'll be seeing him back in the ball game a little bit here.
Gary, I apologize. I'd have been down there sooner, but I'm using the post as a sunblock, and I didn't see you.
That's quite all right. I'm down here with a young man, Parker Kapranica. He's got a bright pink shirt on, so we're tethered together down here. So,
and that is a first down completion to Buchanan. Is going to move the ball into the red zone. 1st and 10 at about the 18-yard line. Davis hit the big 4th down pass. So the Titans with the first real threat of the ball game with 3:15 to go in the quarter. Now it's going to be.
I think they drew him offside on that little motion at the beginning of the play. I mean, beginning of the cadence. That takes it to 1st and 5. Much nicer. You know, I like to see now that they got the running back with Mosley in there, use him as the counterman and let the quarterback keep that ball. Here comes a jet sweep. He turns it inside. Nice.
Nice cut. And he's to the house.
Very
Number
nice.
21, Dwayne Mosley gets into the end zone for the Titans. And it's 6-0, and they'll line up and go for 2. That was a nice cut, Tom.
It was beautiful, beautiful. A lot of people saying that that running, you got to go outside, but the first thing you got to look for is anything inside, because that's the shortest distance to the goal line.
Absolutely. And he read it beautifully. Now Davis has got 2 to each side with a wingback. Going to throw the fade into the corner.
Complete.
Caught. Is that Noah Buchanan,
Yes, it
number
is.
12? So the Titans bust on top with a touchdown, 2-point conversion. And with 2:54 to go in the first quarter, it's Lorain 8, Garfield Heights nothing. From the sidelines, Gary, how'd that look to you?
I'll tell you what, gentlemen, both of those plays, the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, they were beautiful plays. The first one inside between the tackles, he was relatively untouched going into that. And the 2-point conversion, I didn't know if it was going to get there, but Buchanan made a really nice job going up and high pointing that football and pulling it down for the 2-point conversion to give the Titans the 8-point lead, guys.
Very good. Thank you much, Gary Pelter. And we'll come back to Willie Saunders, the QB for Garfield Heights. And there's an inside give, and that's not going to go anywhere. Nice penetration by the Titans' defensive front. 21 Mosley was there, the touchdown scorer, along with number 40, Brandon Phillips, a freshman. And we're seeing a good number of freshmen this morning, Tom, including the quarterback.
You know, I heard say, the freshman is a nice class. It's just too bad they had to divide them up and put so many on the varsity because they would have a lot of success had they stayed as a team. But you just can't do that. You got to supply your varsity with enough players to play.
Yep. There's a pass down the middle.
And,
hit him in a bad spot.
Dead in the hands.
Yep. Falling incomplete. He found a hole in the defense for sure at the 50, and the logo reached up and smacked the ball away. So it'll be 3rd and 12 with 2:06 to go in the first quarter. And Tom, not to echo what I said earlier, but I just noticed between these plays, the offensive line was down on the bench. And down there with words of encouragement, Jacob Addis, who is the senior offensive lineman, would be a 4-year letterman, but for the fact that we didn't have football last year.
Yeah, as a starter,
As
not
a
only a
freshman.
letterman, but a starter as a freshman.
Yep. 3rd and 12, looking for a receiver now, taking off his Saunders. He's going to have the first. Ooh,
Close.
It's going to be a little bit short, but it's going to be 4th and 1, so he picked up about 11. Now, he's got to get the ball to the 45, and we know that because they started at the 35 on the no kickoff rule. You know, Tom, how we talk about how when you're going bad, things happen. Last night, 2 kickoffs out of bounds. Lorain made him kick again, and the 3rd kickoff, we ended up downing at the 9.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because it bounced around free, and we just had to fall on it.
I like that. Make them kick again.
There's a bad snap, and Saunders is going to have an opportunity and run for it and much more. He's out to the 50. That's another one of those things.
Yeah.
When you're going well, that ball bounces away, and when somebody's scooping. Instead, he's able to pick it up, and on a busted play, pick up 6 yards and a first down. With 1:15 and the clock running after the chains are moved.
You know, that happens a lot when that bad snap because everyone rushes.
Right.
You leave holes in your defense.
Yeah, the discipline goes away. Garfield Heights looking to get set now. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, single setback. Snap back. It's a handoff. It's coming wide to the near side. Hit at the line and breaking a first tackle, getting about 3 yards, is Romero Lowe. First guy on the scene for Lorain was Michael DiMassimo.
And I think that Zagario Williams came in from that cornerback for contain.
Yes.
You know. Now, that's not his job because he got a wide receiver that he got to worry about. But you can't let your end unprotected. You got to contain. Trips
to the far side now. Single receiver out this way. Once again, the Titans need to either rotate or walk somebody away. Rolling that way, Saunders is going to throw an out pattern to a man that's all alone.
Yeah.
Breaks a tackle down the sideline. And there you see exactly what that is designed to do, Tom. Three receivers, and that was the inside man. Ran it out. The safety couldn't get there.
No.
And then breaks one tackle, and with your spread out, one tackle puts you in the open. But we've played one here at the George. Lorain 8, Garfield Heights didn't. Back with more after this timeout. Back here at Lorain, set to start the second quarter. Garfield on the march, 1st and 10 at the Lorain 20. Titans up 8-0. Saunders has them set, rolling left, throwing. Again, the same type of pattern, breaking inside and walking into the end zone. Number 82, Divine Floyd. And we're all tied up on the first play of the second quarter.
I think that safety came up, and I think he overran because he didn't want to hit him when the ball was still in the air, but he overran, and all of a sudden he's wide open again.
One of the hardest things to teach kids in any sport is don't guard air. And the Titan defensive backs are getting where they're supposed to be in their assigned zones, but they're not covering up.
You got to look for a blue shirt in that zone.
So now Garfield will look to tie it. It's 8-6 Lorain. Saunders has them set. Rolling, throwing, catching, but breaking one tackle behind the 5 and down.
Well, that's like a mob of white shirts. That's what you need, gang tackle in there.
Yep. That's Tremaine Maddox. According to the roster, he is a 5'11" senior. Interesting. And, you know, some places will do that. If you have a senior that's just behind too many guys to get on the field on a Friday night, they'll put him out on a Saturday. Lorain going the opposite direction and having to play freshmen and looking at this as more developmental than anything else. But it's 8-6 Lorain, and they'll take over at the 35.
I think everyone deserves a chance to play against an opponent. You practice all week. You got to play somebody.
Hey, guys, I want to let you know we were standing right down here when that 2-point conversion attempt was underway, and that was an excellent job by the defenders from Lorain. They got right up on that. A lot of times on 2-point conversions, you see they throw the ball into the end zone. That time they threw the ball on that little out pass to the 5-yard line. The Lorain defenders were all over it. They did a great job of shutting it down and still allowing Lorain to maintain the lead at 8-6, guys. Next time I'm going to hand this ball over to Mr. Capronico over here for the next couple of reports here in the second quarter.
Very good, Gary. Very good. And that was on the jet sweep. That was Samir Crawford, 27. Firstly, it's good to see him back on the field as he was hobbled and down on the track after the first series. A loss of 2 there as they just weren't able to get the ball. They're running that play too deep, it looks to me, Tom.
Yeah, well, you got to run it a little bit deep if you're worrying about penetration from the defensive line.
Right.
Yeah, so you even on a jet sweep, you need an offensive line to make sure that you can control the line of scrimmage.
There was the hard count. Now they look for the play. Davis has him set. 3 receivers to his right. And he's going to pull it down and tried to run one-on-one with a defender who made a good open field tackle there. That's number 37, who also doesn't have a name on the roster. Apologies to these young men. We work with what we have. And sometimes your home number and your away number are different. And I'm sure this young man's name's on the roster, but just with a different number in front. So 3rd and 13. Davis wants to throw, wants a lot, got a man deep. Just a little bit of miscommunication there, I think. Buchanan went out and tried to turn in, and Davis thought he would go. So now it's 4th and 13, and there is absolutely no indication that there's going to be a punt.
Well, Lorain has been noted to quick kick in the past. I don't know if this team can do that or not. That was always one of their offensive weapons that turned defensively.
Yeah, Devontae Jackson in particular at that short quarterback spot. Davis now is back to pass. Left hands it long for Buchanan, just overthrew him. He was out there.
Yeah, turning the ball over on a short field, so you got to hold them.
Yeah, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 32 for Garfield Heights. You know, just repetitions with quarterbacks and receivers there, Tom. It looked like Buchanan might have hesitated a little bit on his break, maybe slowed down a step or two.
I think he did this on the one sideline pass, the same thing.
Well, yes.
Again, that's a communication with the quarterback and a lot of reps.
Well, the other thing I think is it's for the receiver, it's the ability to turn your head and maintain your speed.
Exactly. The good ones can do that.
Yes.
And we're talking about some sophomores and freshmen out there.
Repetitions are vital. So 1st and 10 for Garfield with the short field. They trail by 2, 8-6. And their QB, Willie Saunders, brings them out and has them set with 3 receivers to his left, single to the near side.
You know, I've said this before. And wait till this play's over. Nice interception.
The pick by Dwayne Mosley, number 21, will turn it right back to the Titans at the 15.
Now he's playing well on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
And the thing, we have to wait till the Titans are on defense again. I think they over-defense the weak side.
Yes.
And under-defense the strong side.
Now, Mosley was lined up as the wide side safety, and I was thinking to myself that he needed to get a little bit wider. But he read the quarterback that time and actually played a man and got to the pass. So the Titans will take over 1st and 10. Good job by the defense. 1 play and a turnover. Right at the 16-yard line. Davis has got a setback. And the give straight ahead. Mosley gets about 4 or 5 on the first down carry. And you'd like to be able to see them keep it on the ground and run for a first down to get it out of at least the shadow of the goalpost.
Well, back to the 35 at least before you can really work your offense efficiently.
He changes the back from right to left and hands to him coming near side, and he's going to get caught from behind.
Well, I think he had a lead blocker out there. Who was that? Rivera.
Yep.
But the defense played him well. He held up Rivera, which held up the running back.
A lot of times on that backside of the offensive line, you have the mindset, well, I don't have anybody this play, and I think the pursuit came from behind. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Davis look in for Buchanan, caught it with the hands nicely.
I think they might give him forward.
Oh, I think he had it to the 32. That'll be a first down. Now, we criticized Noah Buchanan coming out of the break. That time, not only did he come out of the break well, but he got the hands up and made a really nice football play to go up and get that football.
It's nice to see it from a 10th grader catching the ball with their hands rather than trying to let it bounce off your chest.
Here comes the jet sweep, cutting it up.
Again, that was
to the line.
Yeah, that was
Hyro Williams.
That was, you can emphasize that was way too deep for a jet sweep.
And Hyro, his best asset is his speed and quickness. Now there's a whistle. This looks like maybe it's an equipment issue for one of the corners. 29, Tyver Hambrick, sophomore cornerback, is being sent off for either for an equipment issue or he's got blood on his shirt, one or the other. He goes over to the bench. Now looks for Titans are set to go.
Okay.
I think that was blue.
How you doing up there, gentlemen?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Just to go back to that previous play, it was blood on his elbow that they pulled him out for.
Okay, very good. Now this is going to be an interesting call because their defender is allowed to move, and we reacted and jumped off sides, and it's going to be procedure against the Titans. The defender is allowed to move as long as he doesn't go into the neutral zone in high school. So he stood up, obviously remained out of the neutral zone, and when the tackle responded, it was and we'll get the names of these offensive linemen here in a second. Davis, that's Buchanan again. He's got out to the little original line of scrimmage and a little bit more. It's going to be 3rd and about 8. Titans might have got away with a block downfield while that ball was in the air, but that's okay. Offensive line for Lorain, Ethan Lopez, 57. 58, Cameron Sledge. 61, Tyler Fogo. 62, Ezekiel Makuzovic. And Sebastian Breeding, number 66. And they have the Titans on the move again. Davis wants it, pulls it down, looks to get ahead, gets it out to about the 34. He's going to be about 3 yards shy, and he comes up hobbling.
I don't know if they have a backup on this level, do they? For a quarterback? Will they have to go into probably some sort of a...
I'm thinking that they'd have to go to the Wildcat. Obviously going to go for it on 4th and 3. Is about where they turned it over the last time, Tom.
Yes, it is. And you look at Garfield. Now that maybe gave him the first down.
Yeah. Yep, and that's it. The signal is offsides against Garfield, and nice job there by Davis. When you're a little bit hurting, that's the way to get 5 easy ones. And nice discipline by that offensive line, not reacting. We saw just a minute ago that a movement on the defensive line and the Titans react and get called for procedure. So 1st and 10 at the 39 for Lorain with 4:44 to go first half. Davis wants it, looks down the middle, now rolls, pitches it into traffic, intercepted by number 37, Jim Ayton. It'll be
I'm in the know.
At the 44-yard line, Garfield Heights will take over right there.
And there's a case where a more experienced quarterback would have lobbed the ball over his head because his man now had the lead.
Well, it was 1st and 10, and more experienced quarterback might have hit the golf cart on the track.
Yeah.
So it'll be Garfield Heights on the 44. They had a one-play possession, a lot closer than this on the last series, and the Titans picked it off. So we'll see if the defense can stand up. Lorain leads 8-6, 4:34 to go, first half. Garfield out over the ball. Willie Saunders, the QB, has him set. Handoff coming near side. Nice open field tackle there. That's number 40, Brandon Phillips, freshman linebacker. And that play looked like it was wide open, Tom.
Oh, it was a beautiful tackle down around his ankles. Had he not made the tackle, he may have ran for 20 yards.
Yeah, instead it's a -1. So that'll tell you how big that play is. And as the Garfield Heights huddles up, Tom, there's a spaghetti dinner fundraiser for the Lorain School Levy Committee, Wednesday, October 13th, in the Lorain High School cafeteria. It's carry out only. $10 will get you spaghetti, meatballs, salad, roll, and cookie. And call 654-8853 for tickets. We'll get you that once again when we can put a graphic on the board. Saunders rolls. Saunders throws. About the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a flag.
Yeah, I think it was a face mask.
I'm not sure if it was a face mask. Yeah, it was a face mask. I was going to say, I'm not sure if it's a face mask or a horse collar, but it was definitely an illegal tackle.
If this was wrestling, that would have been a great throw.
Yeah.
But you just can't do it with the guy's mask.
And they'll just walk 15 to the south to get it inside the 35 to the 32. And that personal foul carries an automatic first down. We've had quite a time with sticks and box guys the last few games, Tom, and because on Saturday mornings and Thursday afternoons and Wednesday afternoons, if you're standing around and you look bored, they're going to hand you a yard marker.
Yeah, I've been there more than a few times.
Yep. They had to page the guys last night at the varsity game. Handoff. Looked like he was thinking about throwing it, didn't it? That's our buddy Jim Ayton, number 37.
But I didn't see anybody going deep.
And it could be just that he had trouble with the handoff, but it sure looked like he was thinking about
looking downfield what he was doing.
So 2nd and 10, and we're under 3 in the clock ticking in the second quarter. Uh-oh, I think somebody's got a bee in the helmet. That was the reaction I just saw.
Yeah, this is the time of the season where Yellow Jackets are
sweat bees.
Swarming, yep.
And, the face masks are not just a single bar anymore. And some guys are wearing the shields. And if you get one inside one of those shields, boy, you've got a real adventure on your hands. Saunders takes it, rolls left, pulls it down.
Nice play there.
Nice job not leaving his feet and staying in contained by Jaquez Jackson, another freshman, number 46. So that'll take it back to the 39 and make it 3rd and 17.
Some of the biggest plays so far we've seen have been done by freshmen.
Yes.
Out there on this JV level.
I'm not trying to slight anyone that I call out, but when I do note that it's a freshman, it's just to notice that, they are playing a level up and that, looking at the Lorain record is one thing, but looking at the development of some of these young guys is a whole different story. 3 receivers to the left for Garfield Heights. Saunders gets a snap, straight back, looks left, pulls it down now, rolling, throws on the run, has a man down inside the 30. That would be 82, Devonian Floyd, the touchdown scorer. Samir Crawford, 27 on the play, but they gained about 10, and it's going to make a possible 4th down conversion a lot easier. It's going to be 4th and 6.
Yeah, you got to hold him here. Neither team seems to going to punt at any time during this game.
Just jogging on. I don't know if you noticed, Tom, for Garfield Heights was number 64, Taylor Vilt. And I'm pointing her up because, as you pointed out to me earlier, she's a female playing at the JV level.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on her.
She is at right guard right now. Snap back, wanting to throw, looking left. Got a man deep. picked off again. That's Buchanan. Buchanan will bring it back. Buchanan outside the 20, outside the 30, and out to the 32-yard line. I said Buchanan, excuse me. That is Buchanan,
yeah, it is,
12.
number 12.
I was thinking it was 21 as I looked, but I see 21 hobbling off.
Yeah, he's going both ways.
He
Mosley,
again, a nice reaction to the ball while it was in the air. And they'll spot it at the 32. So the Titan defense has answered the challenge, as this entire game has been played in that end of the field. Garfield Heights has not taken a snap on their side of the 50. Every time they've had the ball, it's been in Lorain territory.
You're right.
Okay, now Davis has him out. A little bit of confusion here. They'll swing the wingback Armando Rivera to the near side. So there's 3 receivers left now coming in motion and getting the handoff and moving the pile. 27, Crawford. Timeout with 32 seconds left. Lorain takes time. Interestingly, last night in the varsity game, Tom, we had a quarterback keep, and there was a pile just like that. And it was Joseph Wyatt and about 3 or 4 Garfield Heights guys, and Jacob Addis comes and lowers his shoulder into the back of his own quarterback and pushed the pile about 4 yards. I don't know if Joseph Wyatt was hit harder all night than when Jacob Addis got him. Gary, you got any sense of what they might be going to look at here? Are they going to think they're going to look to score or stay conservative? Parker, are you there?
Since you addressed me, he handed the microphone over to me. I've got a feeling that they've been fairly successful with their passing game, so they might trying to put that ball up once or twice here. The key is they might want to. I don't know. You're in a precarious situation. You might want to get the clock rolling too.
Yeah.
You don't want to give them the ball back. Turn the ball over on downs either.
You want to go in with the lead. That's for sure.
Yes.
Apologies. I saw you with the headphones, so I knew you could hear me.
Well, we both got headphones. We're tethered together down here.
Oh, modern technology. He's got a bud.
There's the long pass.
Let's see the reaction. Nice reaction there, and that's going to be a first down inside Garfield Heights territory. And once again, making a nice play, Noah Buchanan tracked the ball and went to it. Because quite honestly, it was looked like it might be a problem. Now with 25 seconds left, timeout, Lorain. And the Titans will look to add to the lead.
Well, the strategy for Garfield, they know they got to throw the ball, because if you run the ball, it's going to run the clock out, especially at this level, because I don't think they've practiced sprinting back, spiking the ball, and all those kind of things. So you got to put the ball up in the air. Garfield knows that, so you got to come up with something with nice catches and keep it on the sideline.
Correct.
So even if there is a completion, he can step out. I think that should be the instructions they're getting right now. And if you go over the middle, you got to get in all the way into the end zone.
Right. And again, the things that we're talking about, Tom, this is the developmental level. And we're talking about freshmen, 9th graders who last played in 7th grade, and 10th graders who last played in middle school. So it is very developmental for the most part as these young guys learn about the things that we talk about.
Yeah. And that's just football sense. That's something you just pick up whether you're watching games on TV or whether you're playing the games live out here in the field.
Repetitions are the key to everything in sports. Quality repetitions. Practice makes permanent. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
So Davis brings him out. 1st and 10 with 25 seconds to go. Titans are out of timeouts according to the scoreboard, and I do believe that's correct. 2 receivers to the wide side, 3 to the short side. Now motion. That's Crawford. He's going to go downfield as the 4th man out. Throw long.
There it is.
Oh,
no.
Tipped by a defender and tipped behind the receiver, Hyro Williams, who would have scored. So it's 2nd and 10, but it's really 2nd and goal at the 35 because they're out of timeouts. There's 20 seconds left. The options for Lorain are touchdown,
Yeah.
out of bounds,
Incompletion.
incompletion.
I see they're moving another safety over
Yeah.
over closer to Buchanan. I think they know he's their the main go-to deep threat.
Davis
There he's looking.
pumps, rolls,
Get out of bounds, son. Get out of bounds. That's
and
the boy.
nicely done.
Nice. Smart.
Rolled inside the 30 to the 28 for a gain of 7, but more importantly, with 12 seconds left, he stopped the clock.
Yeah, no use fighting for an extra 5 or 6 yards. The clock would have ran out.
Well, and it keeps the clock running during the play and then doesn't stop, and you're done. So it's 3rd and 3. Now you can get it into the end zone with some accuracy from here, I would think.
He likes to throw to his left.
Correct.
Buchanan's to his right, so we'll see how this works out.
He looks left. He pumps. Throws it. Miscommunication there between
He and
Davis
Williams,
and Williams. And fortunately, I think that ball went out of bounds because I don't think it would have been a first down. And Hyra would have struggled there with the defense right in his face to get a couple of yards and get out of bounds. So it's going to be 4th down and 3. Quarterback Chase Davis has him down and set. Snap is back. Pulls it down. Wants a
There's
man. Has a
Buchanan.
man.
There's oh my.
And you know what? That was a nicely timed defensive
beautiful
play. I mean, Buchanan had his hands on the ball, and as he went up to get it, he got hit. Just the way you're supposed to play that.
The quarterback did his job perfectly. The receiver was there.
And
it was a nice play, and you got to give credit to a defensive player.
Right. And with 2 seconds left in the half, the Titans got the ball downfield, which is what they needed to do. And they'll turn it over on downs. But a nice drive there for Lorain. And Garfield will take over for the 2 seconds. They'll have 1 snap unless there's a penalty at their this is their first snap
On their own.
on their side of the 50.
Yeah, I heard somebody yell nothing behind you, and that's that's
Yes.
the strategy right now.
It's a give into the hole. Nice read. The Titans linebackers stayed home. Brandon Phillips, the freshman, came up and made a nice solid tackle at the 30 for the last play of the half. Titans will go in with the lead. Lorain 8, Garfield Heights 6. Back with second half action after this timeout. to George Daniel Field. It's the Titans in the lead. There's a phrase we haven't said much.
Now they got to close out this second half.
Well, you're going to need more points. Back here at George Daniel, Jay Ferguson and Tom Bauer, Joe Bach, Terry Trout, Club TV 20, Gary Pelter on the sidelines. And start of the third quarter, Titans up 8-6 over Garfield Heights. A little bit of Canadian football going on there. They now get set. 3 wide this side, and that's where he's looking. He tried to hit as he throws. It was intended for Crawford, but for the first time tonight, or this morning, Davis is hit. Fareed Muhammad, a senior, off the edge.
Yeah, I didn't see their alignment. Did he come from the end,
or was he a linebacker?
Okay.
He's got the high pink socks on. Now he's switching sides.
Okay, I see him now.
So it's 2nd and 10. Lorain scored first, 8-0. And then Garfield Heights whistle. That's just too much movement.
They pointed, I think it was the guard there.
Yeah. You know, one of the problems that Lorain faces at all 3 levels in terms of what just happened, Tom, is their linemen get right down into a 3-point stance. And you'll see a lot of teams in the spread, they'll go to the 2-point hands-on-knees stance until the play is officially called. So, because with that hand goes to the ground, you're not supposed to move.
No, you can't move the hand. I know you can
David?
take a knee.
Oh, intended for 24, Jermaine Childs on the out. Would have got it back to the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 15. And that was one of the few times they threw the ball to the right side, Tom.
Yes, again. Yeah, well, he's a left-handed quarterback, so he likes to come this way. I understand that. And they had Noah over here on this side going wide.
Now Buchanan is out wide. Hyro Williams inside him on the near side.
Here comes the blitz.
Noah Buchanan off his hands. Had he pulled it down, it would have been short of the first down, but it would have been about 4th and 5 instead of 4th and 15. Now that neither team has punted in this game.
No. I don't think either team has a punter on the even on the sideline.
Aside from having a punter, the most important thing at these lower levels is, do you have somebody that can snap it to the punter?
Yeah. And block for him.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that happen in a punt.
Davis is back in shotgun formation all alone. 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Here comes pressure off the corner. Buchanan pulls it down, gets out to the 40, across the 40 to the 42. So he got 12, but they needed 15.
So here's the I hope they have this in their repertoire. As soon as he came towards the middle, this outside was wide open for that slot.
Kind of the wheel kind of thing.
Run a little wheel. If they have that in their repertoire, it's wide open because they know Buchanan is the man they go to all the time.
Right. So Titans turn it over on downs at the 42. Garfield Heights, who has lived in Lorain's territory, will take over there. 1st and 10, 8-6 Lorain in this JV contest. Willie Saunders is the quarterback. Number 12 has him out, set, takes the snap, handoff, running near side, but he's going to make something out of nothing because 58 Cameron Sledge had a hand on the jersey behind the line, and he was able to keep the legs churning and pick up about 3.
Yeah, he came from that end position of his as a down lineman. His job is to, actually contain, but he has to take that off tackle spot, which he did a nice job.
Yep. So it'll be 2nd and about 7 for Garfield Heights. Willie Saunders, junior quarterback, 5'8", 175. Got it out wide. Knocked out of bounds. The ball coming loose. Coming up from the back there is Jermaine Childs to make the play on number 30, Jarius Smith.
He forced a fumble, but the fumble went out of bounds, so
Right.
it was a hard hit.
But it's enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Garfield Heights. So they have the initial first down. Boy, there was no. It doesn't look like they're very enthused about being in Lorain on a Saturday morning. Another give, getting wide, is the back, Jim Ayton. Run out of bounds, but after a gain of about 8. And this has been the problem spot for the Lorain defense all year, is contain.
Well, who's that right tackle over there, 46? Jackson? See, he's playing inside the tackle.
Right.
And he took the inside route, and trouble was they got outside of him. I know what his idea was. He was going to get into the backfield quicker.
Yeah, I mean, this is assignment football at this point, because with the spread, there's nobody behind you.
See how he takes that inside charge, and
that time he made the play.
Yeah.
And that time he was from the backside.
Yeah, and that's what happened. He came in inside that tackle, and he did a nice job. But you can't do that every single play.
Right.
You got to play cat and mouse with that tackle over there.
Jaquez Jackson, that time with the inside move and the inside responsibility, made a nice stop for a loss of about 6. So it's 3rd and 8 from 2nd and 2. Three receivers to the near side, single one to the far side. Single setback with Saunders. Straight back, he's going to roll now. He's got a man out wide.
Nice.
Hit, and another loss, and the Titans will take over on downs.
That's Childs again.
Number 24, Jermaine Childs with the big play. Was right there, the completion, but kept it in front of him and made a solid tackle for no gain. Was that 3rd down? That was 3rd down. It's 4th down. Loss of 2. I'm sorry. The box switched so quick, I thought it was our ball. 4th and 10 for Garfield Heights, right where they took it over at the 32.
Guys, I want to let you know we're right down here on that play, and that was a great defensive play by the Titans. There were originally 3 receivers out here to the right, and all 3 of them ran downfield and sort of cleared it off for that back coming out of the backfield over there, but they did a great job defending it with a nice one-on-one play.
And that was the safety coming up to make that play. So super responsibility-wise, a good job by the Titans. Short snap, takes a backspin hop. Saunders had it, left it on the ground again. It's going to be Lorain's ball either way. But I think it's going to be via fumble recovery.
That was Jackson again back in there. So anytime he can get inside that tackle and get penetration.
50.
Guys, we had 58 coming up with that football for Lorain.
He had a wrinkle. I couldn't tell if he was a 56 or a 58. It was Cameron Sledge, number 58. Nice job.
Great job defensively by the Titans there. And get the ball now, going the other way.
Now, he's playing nose man.
Yes.
And I think the varsity, doesn't they have a freshman as nose man?
Yes, they do.
So, you're talking about
well, kids grow physically and strength-wise. You've got to, what you are as a 9th grader doesn't mean what you're going to be as a senior. Well, bad snap. Davis goes back and falls on it wisely at the 23. Big loss, but they live to play another down.
Yeah, I watched a junior high game here on Wednesday, and that was something I wonder, how do you teach a 7th grader to snap it between your legs every single play without looking?
Without looking.
And be consistent about it.
And
Yeah.
it's got to be easier on the turf than it is in the dirt, where you might be in a divot or
a muddy field.
yeah. So now it's second and a bunch. 19? No, 23, excuse me. It's out wide. Took a long time to get there. He makes some moves. Got a little bit of it back. Out across the 25 to almost the 30 is 41. Hyro Williams tackled there, and a nice little sportsmanship there with the Garfield Heights player helping him up and giving him a tap on the helmet.
No animosity on this level. They're just playing football, just having a good Saturday morning.
Yep. So it is third and about 18. You'd like to get at least 12 of it back here, because we've already established that we go for it.
Uh-oh.
Well,
there's
there's
five
five.
of it. Now you only need.
I was reading an article about high school. You know, he was very famous as the high school coach that never punts.
Mm-hmm.
And he just got hired at a Division II NAIA school down in South Carolina. And I can't remember the gentleman's name, but they scored 50 or 60 points in each of their first two games. Well, the third game they played up a level and lost 73-0 or something like that. And he said, I'm going to have to rethink this in situations like that. And a lot of horizontal there for Samir Crawford, but they strung that out very nicely, and it's going to bring up fourth in a lot.
Yeah, the compliments to the jet sweep is that quarterback has to then
pull it out,
and take the inside route.
Right.
That keeps that pursuit down.
Well, Davis is going to look on the side with 3:51 to go. It is fourth down and 17.
Here's, I'd like to see that wheel route we talked about.
Correct.
They got Crawford over here in the slot.
He's got a running back. Straight back, personal protector there, overthrowing Crawford, and it'll go over on downs right at the 28-yard line. So the Titans turn it over on downs again inside their territory, and Garfield Heights will take over. They had one play, Tom. The last play of the half was the only play behind the 50 for Garfield Heights, and the Titans have held them to 6.
Now, this might be their furthest
Yes, I believe so.
Starting position, though.
I do believe you are correct. First and 10 at the Lorain 28. 3:13 to go, third quarter. Clock is stopped on the change of possessions. Garfield Heights trails 8-6 as they come out over the ball. Very interesting, because unless they get somebody up on the line, they're illegal over here.
Here comes 25 to be an end.
Okay, he is up on the line now. Rolling to the near side, Saunders throws. He's got a man down the middle. Couldn't get enough on it. Nearest man ended up being Noah Buchanan, number 12. Good heat from the inside that time. Julius Manning, 64. Made him throw it without getting his body turned, and he couldn't get enough on it to get it to his receiver. So it'll be second and 10. He jogged to the sidelines and got a play. Garfield Heights is one of the few teams I've seen all year that gets into an offensive huddle.
Rather than just get all the
lines, signal in, yeah. Saunders pulls it down now, breaks up field inside the 25 to about the 22, where he's gang tackled there. As the Bees start to come into the press box. Hyro Williams, 41-27, Samir Crawford on that play. And it'll be third and 4. 4 down territory here as Garfield Heights tries to take the lead for the first time. It's Lorain 8 on a first quarter 21-yard or 17-yard touchdown run and a 2-point conversion pass to Buchanan for the 8 points for Lorain. First play of the second quarter. Garfield Heights scored on a 20-yard run to make it 8-6 as Lorain stopped the conversion. The pass was complete, but it was not in the end zone, and the receiver was tackled. Saunders over the ball. It's going to keep it. Boy, he made a nice move there, reversing field. He's wide open. He's going to walk in.
Wow.
And that was just an athlete making a play because I think what happened was the running back went the wrong way.
I don't know what happened, but he was confused until he realized I better go the other way, and he had a clear green the whole way.
He was athletic enough to get in from 22 yards with 1:57 to go in the third quarter. 22-yard run puts Garfield Heights on top for the first time, and they'll go for two. Oh, interestingly enough, Thursday night when Gary and I did the game, and then last night when I was at the Varsity game, all of their two-point plays were variations of the jet sweep. They threw the ball the first one. Now, this is a Wildcat situation. This is not a QB. Takes the handoff. He rolls. He's going to get wide. He's not going to get there. Nice job. He didn't make the play, but 45, Jamarcus Harris, got outside and contained and forced him wider.
And that left Buchanan the safety to drive him out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's team defense. So it's 12-8 Garfield Heights. They have 2 touchdowns and no conversions. Lorain with 1 of each. And that puts us where we're at. The Titans will get the ball with 1:57 to go in the third quarter. For the first time today, they're down, Tom.
Well, they have to move the ball 20 or 30 yards to get it and flip the field a little bit.
Right.
That's not what they have done on that previous drive, and you see how it hurt you. You can't give the ball over on the 28-yard line.
Absolutely, as they huddle on the sideline with their coaches. And now come out, it's Chase Davis. Is it Chase Davis? No, it's not. This is going to be a different man taking the snap.
Mosley probably from the Wildcat.
This looks like their version of the Wildcat. That's Dwayne Mosley, 21, behind center. Motion. And he's just going to take it behind the motion and cut it up, get a couple, and before he's greeted rudely. So this is the Lorain version. I'm going to let everybody know about the Lorain High Boys basketball golf outing, which is coming up on the 16th of October, 2 weeks from today at Fox Creek Golf Club. It's a 10 a.m. shotgun start, 4-person scramble, $75 a person, includes the 18 holes, cart, lunch, refreshments, and dinner. Many other things available. If you'd like a time, contact Matt Killian at Lorain High School, and he'll set you up. You can call the high school. You can email Matt.
And this is Davis back at quarterback this time.
He throws it out wide. He's got a man off the hands of Crawford. So it'll be 3rd and 7.
I was curious. We watched Lorain's Varsity had success with the Wildcat a couple games ago.
And last night as well.
A little bit last night too, probably, didn't they?
Yeah. Now we'll go back to it.
Guys, I want to tell you, we were right down here with that last play, and it looked like Crawford kind of looked at the defender and took his eyes off the ball a little bit right there. He had a Garfield Heights Bulldog right on top of him.
Well, that Chase Davis had no chance there as Jim Ayton, number 37, bursts through untouched and makes the play back at the 28-yard line. So now it's going to be 4th and 18.
See, I think he was waiting for some protection on his blind side from Mosley, and Mosley was looking the other way.
Right.
And that's something you got to work on. Pick up the blitz. where's it coming from? You never know.
And that's the problem with the single receiver to that side is that linebacker doesn't have an assignment.
Exactly.
Because the corner's got over the top help with the safety. Now they switch sides of the back.
He's coming again, see?
Just throws it up.
There was some pushing and shove it now.
Intended for Buchanan. It wouldn't have been a first down had it been caught. So they'll turn it over once again at the 28-yard line. And this is getting to be a little bit of a theme, Tom.
Well, yeah.
Now you need to make a play defensively. Because you can see kind of the air let out of the – can you feel that down there on the sidelines, Gary? It seemed like the emotion is a little bit down right now. I think we've lost connection for a minute as the Titans come out on defense.
I think he'll click on.
Willie Saunders, the quarterback, leads them out. 1st and 10. See, you don't do any scouting for these games other than what you see on the varsity tape. So it takes a while to figure out what works and what doesn't. The handoff was bobbled, and a nice defensive play by Jaquez Jackson from his end spot, again with the inside rush.
I think Garfield will soon realize you can't run away from
Jaquez
Jackson because he's taking that inside thing. But they can get outside of him for the same reason.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter. We've played 3 in Lorain. Garfield Heights 12, Lorain 8 in JV action. Back with more after this timeout. Back here at Lorain, set to start the fourth quarter, but it gives me a moment to remind everyone about the Spaghetti Dinner Carryout fundraiser for the Lorain School Levy Committee. It is Wednesday, October 13th at the Lorain High School cafeteria. Carryout from 3 to 6. You get a spaghetti, meatball, salad, roll, butter, and cookies, all for $10. One of the great values in fundraising. Certainly. Contact Bambi Dillon at 440-654-8853 for tickets, $10.
And no tickets at the door.
Right.
Make sure you give the call.
And appreciations to Aramark for co-sponsoring that event with the Lorain Levy Committee. 2nd and 12 for Garfield Heights. They have the lead by 4 as we start the fourth quarter. Saunders going to keep it. Tries to make a move in the backfield. He sold it, but nobody bought it. Jamarcus Harris just made the play. He tried the hop step there, and all it did was cost him another yard. Move him back to the 33. It's 3rd and 15. And I don't know how this game is going to come out at 12-8, Tom, but I want to compliment the Lorain defense. They have had their backs to the wall the entire football game. And they've given up 2 touchdowns. This time, Lorain turned the ball over at the 28 on downs. And we got him back at the 33, 3rd and 15. Snap roughly handled, but the pass was low and incomplete. Wasn't going to be successful. Yeah. Anyhow, we had Jermaine Childs right there on the scene.
See, Lorain's defense has 3 inside linebackers, and you give them a lot of responsibilities because I think they have contain.
Right.
They have flat coverage, but they also got to bolster the middle because they only have 3 down linemen.
Right. Once again now, 4th and 15. But at the 33, why not?
I'd move that safety of Buchanan to his left a lot more than he is.
And they're rolling that way, throwing short. He got it, slipping but breaking the first tackle. And picking up 10 but not 15 is Tyvier Hambrick, a sophomore wide receiver. But it'll go over to the Titans as they keep it all in front of them and hold once again on downs. So 8:54 to go. Titans trail by 4. They have not moved the ball in the second half, Tom.
No, but if you get a drive now and flip the field a little bit, now you have some success. But you got to be able to run the ball a little bit.
Yep.
To complement some of their passing.
Yeah. See, the adjustments in game here. Garfield Heights has started sending a linebacker after Davis.
Yes.
And the Titans now have to adjust to that adjustment. And the one thing we haven't seen that you mentioned is the quarterback keep the ball.
Yes. Well, we don't know what kind of runner.
Right. We did see him hobble off in the first half. We don't know what that was about. Wings to each side. 2 out wide to the near side, 1 to the far side. Davis is alone. He looks like he wants to run. Pulls it down, makes an inside move out across the 30 to the 32. So that's a good start. He's got about 7.
Don't mind that at all. That puts you above the sticks.
Yep. It's going to be 2nd and 3. And that's a good and there was the adjustment. Somebody kicked that backer out, and he was able to cut it up in front of him.
See, with no backs to fake to, you can't expect to hold those backers with a play action.
Right.
Nice catch.
Buchanan. He's going to have the first down at the 35. Made a nice adjustment on the ball as it was behind him, and he dove back and made a nice catch for the first down. Now, they haven't moved the clock yet. They have this spotted. Now, the official on this side said, hey, wait, it can't be 3rd and -1. We got to move the sticks. Although we did pick up a first down in the first half on a play where we lost 4 yards. Chase Davis, the quarterback, has gone the whole way. He's a freshman. Snap, bobbled it, rolling, got it out wide. It was behind the receiver, Crawford, who wasn't going to get much had he held on. He was tightly covered there.
You see how they adjusted it. You see Noah jogging back, but you also see 2 blue-shirted Garfield defenders.
Yes.
They understand who their main man's going to be.
Yep. And, one of the reasons they did that was he was alone out here.
Mm-hmm.
Now they bring Williams over with him, which forces the safety to come over. Now you've got 3 on the defenders on the near side, over the middle to Williams.
I think he got the sticks again.
That's Buchanan, excuse me, and he's got the sticks once again. Put the head down and got a little bit of yak yards after contact out to the 47.
Now Noah is a 10th grader. Has he seen some varsity time?
A little bit. One of the starting receivers on the varsity is sophomore Derek Morta. Jet sweep. Crawford. Just nowhere.
No.
And that's the adjustment that they've made. They have disregarded anything inside.
That's I think it was Williams had a nice block in there, but the contain.
There's just too many of them.
Just came from the outside this time. Now you gotta pick this up.
2nd and 12. Mosley comes into the backfield. They're going to have to hurry here. Davis has him set now. Mosley gets a handoff, cuts it up inside, back to the line and maybe a half a yard. See, one of the problems when you don't have a running back is when you put one in, everybody notices. They're going to actually give him a loss of about the length of the football. 3rd and 12. Now it's the Wildcat. No, it's not. That's Chase Davis. Yeah. Okay. He's got the back behind him and now moves him to the near side, hands it off. Sweeping wide, cutting it up. Finding a nice hole out across the 50 down to the 46. It's going to be 4th and 3.
That's much more manageable than.
And Mosley, that play is designed to be a sweep, but he saw an opening and cut it up. And inside the containment, as it were. And it's picked up 10 of the 13. 4th and 3. Let's see if they do the same kind of thing. I'd like to see him fake that and have Davis keep it. Well, he's going to throw for it. He's got a man deep. Buchanan.
There might be some interference.
There it is.
Yeah. So that's 15 from
the line. It's 15. And it was unintentional contact. The feet got tangled up, but Buchanan would have had a shot at that ball and a touchdown. So they'll march it. And instead of turning it over on downs, it'll be a first down by penalty for Lorain. From the 46 down to the 31, I would guess. My math serves me.
How you doing up there, gentlemen?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. So it looked like on that play, Buchanan had the outside wide open down there, and on that recovery step, 86 just tangled up in the legs.
Very good. That's how we saw it, too. And, as we said, it wasn't intentional, but pass interference doesn't have to be intentional to be called. I think that brought a little life back to the sidelines, too, didn't it, guys?
I see everyone got up off the bench, and they're on the sidelines cheering them on.
Absolutely. You can feel it down here.
Davis calls it out. He's got a setback. Just no place to run. There's such a thing as being patient, but there was just no hole to be patient for. I would kind of like, if they're going to run something, I'd kind of like to see if they have a toss sweep in. That get it outside a little bit quicker.
Yeah, they're not in alignment. I mean, the back is too close to him.
Yeah. Well, it'd almost have to run it like an option.
Yes. Now, that would be a play that they could run here.
2nd and 13, and it seems like we've been saying that the whole second half. The Titans behind the sticks at the 35, trailing by 4. Over the middle, there's that man again, gets a block from the official and gets down inside the 25 to about the 23. Beautiful rub block there.
Unintentional rub.
By the umpire. He's in harm's way over the middle there, and Buchanan just ran right off. Actually, they bumped shoulders. Just the way you teach somebody to run a basketball pick. So it'll be 3rd and 2 for Lorain. A little bit more manageable. Let's not have to rely on the officials.
Now, I like that play. I like that play. That's the counter. He had to
can't give ground.
No, he had to give it up. He had to give it up and, take what you got.
Yes. So it's going to be no gain after that. It's going to bring up once again. They're going to give him a yard down to the 22. They've got to get just inside the 21 for the first down. Now, Lorain has not displayed any kind of a power game whatsoever. Now, there's a whistle, timeout on the field, and it's by Garfield Heights as they see this play as the ball game.
Yep.
Okay, if they can stop here with 3 minutes and change to go, they'll take over on downs. And the game, the end is in sight for them.
Yeah. The reason I said I like that play because it was almost like a counter.
Right.
He started left and it came back right. Now, he did it out of necessity.
Right.
But it still works the same.
And it's so now 4th and a long 1.
Yeah, I'd like to see Davis keep the ball.
A lot of voices in that huddle.
Don't take the time to hand off. Keep the ball. Make yourself your 1 yard, and then see what you can do for the next 4 plays.
Yeah, you'd like to give it to your biggest, toughest guy and just have him put his head down and see what he can get here.
They don't have any fullback type out there.
Right.
Everyone they have is a tailback.
The closest thing they have to a fullback is the wingback, Armando Rivera, 14 at 210 pounds on a 5'9" frame. This is a Wildcat. Or no, it's not. That's 28, not 88. Davis.
He's getting a little closer. He's getting a little closer.
It's going to go under center, and they have no one over the ball. This ought to work.
Got to call it faster now.
We got away with the motion there. Our guard definitely moved.
Come on now. Don't take the penalty. Referee got his hands up.
Boy, we just got that off, if we did. Oh, there's a block, peel back block. Pushing it forward. Yeah. Boy, is it going to be close. One thing I know is 1st and 10. I just don't know which direction.
I seen Buchanan in there. He was blocking. Well, or shoving the pow.
Right. He's a pusher. Limping off is Dwayne Mosley. He was the one with the ball in the middle of that pile. This will be a very interesting
I think the side. I see the white shirts are pointing in one direction. The blue shirts are pointing in the other direction.
And I can't see the football. Guys, you're down there. How's it look?
Looks like they're going to need to pull out the notebook card and just measure that. I mean, it is so close here.
Yeah. I'm looking at the chain on the far side. Of course, they're usually 3 yards off the ball, but now you're up on the sideline, and it looks like they needed to get almost to the 20-yard line. And I think your assessment is going to be 2 inches either way. What a big measurement this is. 3:05 to go. Titans trail by 4, 12-8. It was 4th and 1.5.
And as you guys have noticed, I'm sure we got the chain gang rolling out here.
Yeah. All the variables in this, where the clip was placed on the chain, how tight the chain was when they stretched it out, all of that. The one thing we know is that the lines are straight because they're sewn in. You could hear a pin drop here. First down, Lorain.
Got it by about 2 inches.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Good call, Parker.
That's why they call this a game of inches.
Yeah. Now there's a Garfield Heights coach out questioning the measurement. He just wanted an explanation as much as anything.
What kind of explanation could you need?
I think he was questioning if the whole thing was set up on the sidelines correctly.
Well, it don't matter where the sticks are. It's where the clip's at.
Yeah, that's... you think the chain gang is a 3-man crew. The 4th man is the one that's important in a situation like that because he puts the clip on. And when we say the clip, it goes where the closest, the first biggest line in between the chains is. So that's what they reference when they bring them out. Davis has them out, moving out wide. Buchanan inside the 15. Going to get inside the 10 and pushed out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. Let's see where they spot him. They're not quite going to give him the 10, but it's going to be close to another first down. And quite honestly, I hope it isn't one. It's just the toughest spot on the field to make 10 yards is right around the 10-yard line. You'd love to see them, if they're going to not score, to get it down inside the 5 before now they've moved the sticks. So it's 1st and 10 from the 11. The defense gets compressed. Of course, they have less territory they have to guard. Moving the running back. Davis hands it off straight ahead, breaking it. Oh,
that was
nice
the backside,
shoestring tackle.
The backside linebacker.
By our guy that we don't have a name for, number 37.
Yeah, I call him Jim Ayton, too.
Jim Ayton. Second and about 12 from the 13. 2:19 to go, clock ticking. So this possession is going to be the game, one way or the other. Wildcat situation. This is Mosley going to take the snap with Williams behind him, now next to him on the left. You're going to keep it. He's going to tiptoe, and he
fumbled, I think.
He didn't get back to the line,
Yeah.
number one. And if the ball is loose, this one's over.
I see a lot of blue shirts pointing in their direction, but the official.
I don't see any striped shirts pointing that way. And they're going to spot it back at the 10. He fumbled after the whistle.
I think the official.
Or 15.
Yeah.
So it's 3rd and 14 from just inside the 15.
I say you got 2 plays, you got to put it in the air.
I agree. You're taking a lot of time to get these plays in. There's 1:23. The clock is ticking. There can't be but 10 seconds on the play clock here as they're set to go.
5 seconds.
Davis.
I see the official put his hand up.
Yeah.
Net, go.
You've got 3 timeouts, so the sideline's not important.
Yeah.
The yardage is. Minute 7 as he goes out of bounds at the 14. So you got 4th down. You can pick up a first down, but it'd have to be inside the 1. So if you're going to go that far, you might as well score, huh?
Yeah. I say the call's going to be a jump ball to Noah Buchanan.
I would think now they're going to use a timeout.
Yeah, you got to discuss this one. This is
I
important.
thought maybe they'd use one before the previous play.
Ain't for a JV game. This is an exciting game
really
coming down to the wire like this.
You know, as you look at the 4 units on the field, win, lose, or draw, the Titan defense has been the outstanding group here as they have had backs against the wall all day. I think in the second half, Garfield Heights' worst field position was the 32, and they've scored once. So the scene is Garfield Heights 12, Lorain 8. 4th down and 13 from the 14. The Titans can pick up a first down, but if you get a shot over there, you're going to see it's got to be inside the 1-yard line. And they have moved the ball inconsistently all day.
This last drive was
But quite honestly, when they've picked up big chunks, it's because they've thrown it past the sticks. They haven't been able to make any or too many yard after contact plays.
Well, now they got Buchanan as a slot.
Oh, yeah. Williams outside of him, and that's who they want. They throw it into the corner. He got held up, and it's incomplete as it was caught by the defender out of bounds. A miscommunication there as Buchanan looked like he was running some sort of a stop. I don't know if he got tangled up with the defender and didn't finish the pattern, but the Titans will turn it over, and unless something really bizarre happens in the next minute, 2, the Titans will drop this one to Garfield Heights.
I think they're going to have to go into a victory kind of thing if I was Garfield.
Titans have 2 timeouts left. So I would think that would work. Now, what you haven't seen is anybody take a snap under center. They bring the ball back out to the line of scrimmage on the incompletion. Oh, they're bringing it out to the 20, so they're saying it was intercepted.
Yeah, they think they gave it a touchback.
Okay. I mean, the difference is 4 yards, not a big deal. Quite honestly, they'll spot it there on the hash. Willie Saunders, 12, has gone the whole way at quarterback, and he's still in the gun. You could love a bad snap here if you're a fan of the Titans. Just the handoff straight ahead. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. That's 45, Romero low. He picks up 2, timeout Lorain with 54 seconds to go. So that cost him 8.
That's the bizarre thing that you mentioned. The only way they're going to do it is bad snap,
right?
Bad handoff, pick up a fumble, anything like that.
Absolutely.
But teams don't go into that victory formation because no one can go up under center anymore.
The center would have to wonder what's wrong if somebody put the hands under center. So it's 12-8. There's 54 seconds left. The Titans need a miracle. I don't know if they got charged with that timeout or not, because now I see a Garfield Heights player being stretched out by Tracy Menges. So
he was the running back
Was
that
it?
carried the ball the last time.
So, we lose the timeout even though they have an injury.
Well, I think he didn't go down until after the timeout, so the scoreboard says we have one left. But the officials are the ones that have the official total there, so we will only know when we try to call one we don't have, I guess. Gary, Parker, were we charged for a timeout there, or was this an injury timeout? Any ideas?
We're not 100% positive. He was down during the play. He never got
Okay.
up. So we're not 100% sure it's the officials calling this one.
Yeah. Now the officials are talking things over with Tracy Menges.
Is it Tracy's call?
I hope.
Yeah, he's going up too.
Okay.
Or he's going up second down.
Second down is
Yeah.
what it is. With 2 timeouts back on the scoreboard, but that doesn't mean anything. I think the signal was officials timeout. I saw Parker just ask him. And there's a no gain in fact, a loss of 2 to the 20, timeout Lorain. Now that's their second timeout.
Just to jump back in, yeah, that was a charged timeout for Lorain.
I watched you ask him, Parker. Good job.
So this is they're
They
out of
have one-
timeouts.
No, they have one more, don't they?
Didn't they use one earlier
I
in
don't
the
know.
third
I'm so
quarter?
confused at this point. So,
Now we should have one.
yeah, that's what I think,
Yeah.
but the scoreboard still says 2.
Well,
I know we don't have 2.
Parker's going to have to ask again.
No. We'll find out the hard way. 47 seconds to go. The down and distance, quite honestly, are irrelevant, although it's 3rd and 10. Play clock in high school is 25 seconds, correct, Tom?
Yes. Yes.
So, with a quick play here, they're going to have to run a 4th down play. And after a 4th down play, the ball goes over on downs. So right now, offensively, the Titans need to be thinking about what they might do with 1 play left. And I have a feeling number 12 might be involved in it.
They're not going to throw the ball.
No.
They would be foolish too.
Because
Yeah.
it would stop the clock on an incompletion. Saunders keeps it, runs a little bit of clock. That play took a little bit longer, 40 seconds, 39, 38. There's no timeout, so that answers that question.
But the 25-second clock doesn't start until he says it. Now it starts right there, that
Yeah.
whistle.
So we're going to get about 4 or 5 seconds left, maybe. Now, if you felt good about things, what you would do here would be to take a safety, because that would that would take 5 seconds or more to happen. As if Saunders took it and sprinted into the end zone and just stood, the clock would run out. There's a whistle. Timeout, Garfield Heights. Interesting.
How much time?
5 seconds are left. I'm thinking they did us a favor, but I'm not certain. Now, one thing's for sure, they can't run around it. I mean, if Saunders takes the snap and just sprints straight backwards, he could be on the bus when the clock ran out.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. If the Titans can get him down the ground in under 5 seconds, they'll have a play. If not, the game is over. Now, as I'm saying, they better be ready with a play, because
the clock will start when everything's set
the
up.
play clock
Yeah.
will start. The game clock shouldn't start on a change of possession until the snap, I wouldn't think. So I would see I see something like the last play where Saunders is going to keep the ball and try to get wide or get out of harm's way. There he goes. He's rolling. He's pretending to throw. 1-0. That's the end of the ball game.
Yeah, that was it.
He goes over the bench and into the crowd, and I use that term loosely. Yeah, in the last play of the game. So Garfield Heights scores early in the third and hangs on 12-8 in this JV contest. It was about as exciting a JV game as I have ever seen.
Yeah, very
and,
much
you know,
so.
At 12-8, you'd say, well, not a whole lot happened, but
Just the
every
opposite,
play was important.
Just the opposite.
Final thoughts from the field, Parker, Gary?
Well, in terms of the game, I mean, the linebacker core for the Titans was absolutely phenomenal today. And then on offense, number 12, Noah Buchanan, really shined out there. On that last play, they just made the right decision there. I mean, I was expecting the safety run back, but that out-of-bounds play worked just as well.
They just had to run 5 seconds without falling down. And so this has been an interesting week for the Titans. The freshmen were ahead 12-0 before Garfield Heights took over. The Varsity last night had a lead in the third quarter. And now the Titans ahead at the half, 8-6. But
you got to learn how to close as a winner.
Yeah, this is all a process.
Yep.
And when you're, young, freshman, you got to remember that every time we said freshman or sophomore, this is the first year of high school football.
I was going to add, gentlemen, that I thought that the Titans played a really nice football game. They just didn't have that ability to get the final, get that second score that they needed.
Very good.
Throughout the ball game, and that last drive was a very nice drive, and it was just the situation where they just couldn't get that big play that they needed.
Right.
And the big play really only needed to be about 12 yards to get into the end zone. But they just could not find a way to get that done. But I think that there was definitely growth on the Titans JV ball club today.
Absolutely. Good point.
Yes, sir.
And I know they're over there on the huddle and their heads are down and they're disappointed, but it's supposed to hurt when you lose. And you just got to – the coaches have to make them realize the growth that is occurring here, as that was their best, far and away their best game. And the defense was outstanding the whole day. Well, final thought, Tom?
I almost looking at this game as a positive.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they played so, I thought, well.
Absolutely.
They did. Yeah.
Well, that's
camera's on and
do it from here. Let me thank some people here. Joe Bach and Terry Trout and Club TV 20. Catherine Dull, Ramon Ramos, Hannah Wright. On the sidelines with Gary Pelter is Parker Kapranica. Gary Pelter down there, my sidekick Tom Bauer. This is Jay Ferguson reminding everyone it is a great time to be a Titan.